From Christy, and she has a painful situation. She says, my husband drinks and keeps promising to stop, and he does, but he can't stay sober. He knows he does bad things, but then denies what was done. I love him to death. I need help. So what help can you offer, Christy?
Well, again, it sounds like her husband has an addiction issue. One of the things that people who are addicts do is they'll quit drinking for a while in an attempt to convince themselves they don't have a drinking problem. And they'll say, well, look, I didn't drink for a month. I clearly don't have a drinking problem. But in actuality, that's not the case. The bottom line is someone has a problem with alcohol or substances in general if those substances interfere with their lives. If that causes problems in their lives, that's just the basic definition. I don't care if you only drink once a year, or if you drink every single day, or what it is. If doing that thing causes problems in your marriage, in your work, says he does bad things and then denies them, then he has a problem with alcohol. So there's lots of ways to get help with that. People, of course, have heard about the traditional AA. There's groups like Rational Recovery. There's some good self-help books. There's some stuff online now that's pretty interesting that they're developing for alcoholism. So as everybody's probably also heard, though, there has to be an acceptance in that. There has to be an understanding. One of the great groups that exists that's attached to AA, of course, is Al-Anon. And that there's a lot of information in Al-Anon about how to deal and how to love and how to be in relationship with somebody who has an addiction problem. And I would really encourage her to look into that and find that information. And what she's going to learn in there is actually a stepping back from that process to some degree.
Interesting.
Of trying not to enable anymore, trying not to make that better, possibly letting him get a DUI. I mean, I'm not saying let him drive drunk, but, like turning him in, there's all kinds of stuff that she'll learn. And it actually has to do with learning how to stop helping him drink. And even though she loves him, she's probably also protecting him. So what'll happen is we sort of help around that thing and clean up the mess and clean up everything that, and make excuses to the family. And then we have a fight about it the next day. But in actuality, we don't always let those people experience the natural consequences of their addiction. So she's going to learn some things about that will really, really help. I don't think that this is, again, a grounds for a divorce. I think there's lots of steps it sounds like she could be taking before to really try and help and really learn. But you may have heard the age-old adage that people don't quit an addiction until they've hit bottom.
Right.
Sometimes, and again, she unfortunately can't bluff about this, but sometimes it is the potential loss of their partner, the loss of their marriage, the loss of their family that will finally wake somebody up. And but to say that over and over and over, if you're bluffing, it makes it lose weight. So don't, I'm not recommending that one says that, but if you get to that point, I would just right before you say, okay, I'm done, I would say I'm about to be done. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if she's there yet, but I would right before the I'm done part, you got one more shot of I'm about to be done, get some help.
So you're saying like stop enabling. Basically, if he's doing bad things, then he needs to suffer the consequences of his bad behavior.
Right.
And she needs to
certainly not at the risk of somebody on the road or somebody else getting hurt or or driving with her own kids or not. I don't mean to that level, but yeah, I do mean spouses of alcoholics will call in sick to their bosses the next day and give them an excuse for a hangover because they don't want them to lose their jobs. Well, I understand that's their income. She doesn't want that to happen, but at the same time, again, there's no consequences for that. So I don't know the particulars of their situation, but there are lots of courses and books and groups that can really help her learn how to be married to an alcoholic and her part in what she might be contributing to that.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Sure.
It's unfortunately a common problem, so
very much
I'm sure
so.
There's lots of people who can use this help you offered today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you'd like your question answered, please ask it in the comment box below because this is a regular series and we want to help as many people as we can. And if you'd like even more powerful free relationship advice from Dr. Dana, click on the link below the video. Thanks so much for watching.
Talk to you soon.